Welcome, everyone. I'm Carol Laurie, host of the Her Health and Spirit podcast. And today we're lucky enough to have with us Dr. Veronica Anderson. Dr. Anderson is a medical doctor, a medical intuitive, a functional medicine practitioner, a homeopath, and a coach who started her career as an ophthalmologist and glaucoma specialist. She has since become a sought-after national speaker, author, radio host of Wellness for the Real World on Fox 920 AM, New Jersey, video podcast host of Wellness Revolution, and has appeared as a guest on both national TV and syndicated radio. Dr. Veronica advocates natural, non-invasive programs for gaining and preserving wellness through broad lifestyle enrichment. Rather than disease management through medications, in other words, her focus is on health care rather than sick care. Dr. Veronica transcends all boundaries. With her passion for wellness through her unique blend of traditional and alternative medicines and clairvoyant and claircognizant abilities, she provides her clients with one-on-one consultation and wellness coaching, designing personalized programs for clients to guide them towards better health and healing. Her approach combines spiritual and intuitive counseling along with nutrition, fitness, detoxification, hormone and neurotransmitter balancing, lifestyle and mindset changes, as well as targeted vitamin, mineral, herbal, and homeopathic supplementation. In today's world, where health depends on more than a visit to the doctor's office, Dr. Veronica believes that wellness encompasses everything, including mind, body, spirit, personal growth, and sex and relationships. With a straightforward, pull-no-punches philosophy and artfully blended controversial perspective, along with an established media presence, Dr. Veronica has become a staple in the wellness community, providing millions with valuable information for improving their well-being. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Veronica, for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great, Carol. Thank you for having me.
If you're a person out there and you're just really struggling, what are some tips that you can give people to maintain their own protocol and hold on to the protocol, even though sometimes they feel like they're a fish swimming upstream?
So first, I like to joke with people and say that, after you've gone to the University of Google and you got your PhD from WebMD, and then you've done all that and it doesn't work, then you seek out a real expert. And that's where it comes in. So I want people who they've maxed out and realize, I don't know. It hasn't worked. And I want you to have gone to all the best doctors with the great degrees on their wall, because that's when people like you and I have the most to add. And people are willing to listen because all the standard stuff has not worked. They realize there's got to be something else. There's got to be something else. So what I want you the people to do, I want you to do as much research as you can, read as much stuff as you can. You have to be knowledgeable. You must take this into your own hands. So read everything. If you think paleo is the way to go paleo full court press. If you think ketogenic is the best way to go, do it full court press. If you think vegan is, do whatever it is. If you think taking these 50 supplements is the way to, go ahead, try it, do it to the best of your ability. Now, why do I say do it to the best of your ability? Because if you're not willing to help yourself, no doctor is going to be able to help you. And so when I interview people, because I don't take everybody and I don't talk to everybody, because I realize that the people who are going to be successful are the people who are going to implement. So when I talk to people, I want to know you were paleo for 6 months or whatever it was. I want to know that you gave it a good try and you really stuck to it, and you're not going to say, oh, well, I was lazy because my friend didn't stop going to the gym, or, my husband, he always got the food in the house or whatever. No, I don't want to hear that. That is an excuse, and that means you're not ready. And so don't waste money on me, or don't waste money on any other practitioners, because you cannot pay me to make you well. Only you can heal you. So the tip is figure out, do your own research. There is enough good information out there. Do whatever it is that you feel is the answer. And then once you've maxed that out and you are still not where you want to be, that's the time to seek somebody who has true authority or expertise. And what I mean by that is, Okay, I'm a medical intuitive, but I don't just do it. I trained with somebody who taught me how to do it better. I don't just do functional medicine, but I go to conferences at least once a month to learn some more about functional medicine. I don't just do homeopathy. It's all the same thing. We all have real credentials, real background and training, and our experience is not only an experience of one, because that's what the other thing too. People go to these quote unquote experts that they did something on themselves, so now they think that they are qualified to be able to help everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other part of it is you go to people and everybody's got the cookie cutter approach. Okay, I do hormones, and so here's how I do hormones on everybody. I do whatever they do, and here's the protocol that I use on everybody. No, you have to go to somebody who's willing to listen. First of all, we got to listen to your story to figure out what's going on. And then it's like, you're the alchemist. You're putting together a powerful potion, but that potion is not only a bag of pills. It includes physical things you need to do. I end up giving people, and I tell people, I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not giving medical diagnosis. I'm not recommending medical treatment. I'm not doing psychotherapy. I make people sign that that's not what we're doing. However, we will have discussions if you're having an issue with your husband about some strategies that you need to take in effect to lower your stress level. We will talk about that because it's going to be important to your healing. But I'm not giving you psychotherapy because that's not the way it is. Psychotherapy is something that's very different. If I feel that you need psychotherapy, I will recommend one for you. But a lot of people, they don't need psychotherapy. What they need is someone to validate their experience. And that's a lot of times what I end up doing as a medical intuitive. They give me their first name, their last name, their age, and their sex. That's all I know about them. I do the reading. And what happens by doing it that way, organically, not even talking to them, is I validate that they're not crazy and that it is what it is. And then they say, oh, my gosh, you're right. That's interesting. I knew that that was a problem. Well, now what do I do? Okay. Now, if you agreed that this is an issue, because first you have to agree that whatever is being said is one of your issues. You might say, no, that's not me. It means you're not ready to hear it or whatever's going on. Okay, no, that's not you. Fine. All right, you agree that this is the problem. Now let's talk about how to help it on all sides. And here's how I can help you. But I can't help you in this way, and so I'm going to send you to Carol. Or I'm going to send you to, we know a lot of practitioners that are fabulous. Whenever I need something or want to know something, I post, I get a good answer. Who's in Atlanta? Who's where? Blah, blah, blah. But the way we work, I don't know the way you work exactly, Carol, but the way I work with people is
similar to you. Similar.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're working remotely a lot, too. I mean, a lot of remote work, and the remote work is a beautiful thing. Because I don't it's nice to do stuff physically. I'm a people person. But on the other side, I don't get biased by physical cues that make me go off in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's if I get physical, sometimes the physical cues are important. But a lot of times just energetically figuring out what's going on so you don't get distracted by something else. It's important that, we got to fix X, Y, Z, A, B, C. And that's the reason why your right elbow is hurting is because you got a problem in your left foot and that's relating to your family and moving forward in life, and you're inflexible about it, and so therefore this is why you're getting these aches and pains all over your body, which is a different answer than, and by the way, because you're having this like this, we need to take all the nightshades out of your eating plan.
Right.
So it's about putting it all together. All right, I can tell you're having all these aches and pains. I haven't looked at it. You haven't told me about it, but you're also having all these aches and pains because you're being stubborn. And yes, you have to stop eating those nightshades. And yes, you're eating too much sugar. And yes, your lab results are getting better, but you want to cheat. And this is what your personality is like. You want to cheat on everything. So stop cheating on everything. I mean, so these are the kind of conversations when you're doing intuitive work that you have with people. You just give them the frank, here's the truth. I don't live with you. I don't know you, but I know this is what's going on energetically. And people stay silent They stay silent because they know, you know what? You are telling me the truth.
You just hit the nail on the head, yeah.
Yeah. And they also, what happens when you do this type of work is people understand that I'm not saying this for me. I'm saying it for you. And you consulted me. So it is my obligation from an ethical and moral standpoint to tell you the truth. You know why?
I agree. Yeah.
The truth heals. The truth will heal. The truth will set you free. That's a biblical first. Then you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And that's always the case. The truth sets people free. So when you are able to embrace that truth and then have some radical self-love for yourself, radical self-love, then you're going to be able to move forward in whatever it is. And so sometimes people have to hear those emotional and spiritual truths to make them move. So they come and say, I have all these health problems and nobody can fix me, and why this, and what test I should get. And I'm like, it's not about tests with you. First, we're going to do this. You're going to go through this protocol. And so here's what we're going to do physically, but it's not about tests. And then after we see how you respond, then we'll decide if some tests are necessary. And, you know, I'm not an anti-test. I love tests. I love data, just like every other doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Okay. It's exciting. I love to get the test back and say, see, I knew this, that, and the other. I love data just like everybody else. However, it's just really important that we don't just get into treating tests and we get into treating the whole person, because tests can lead us astray and on a wild goose chase sometimes. So bring all your tests. We'll look at all your tests. We'll look at them in a functional way, but not until we deal with everything else that's going on that we know that we can fix. Because I'm sure you probably have this too, Carol. People come to you. They want you to do a bunch of tests on them, and you're just like, well, wait, hold on a second. And then you realize, well, you're on a certain eating plan, and I can tell you that XYZ symptom you're having is probably because you're deficient in ABC, and the eating protocol that you're following would really make you highly deficient in ABC. Like, for instance, me, O blood type, know now from genetic tests, I got to eat meat. I need B12. Mm-hmm. I know now from a genetic test. Now, I had one of my very intuitive chiropractic friends, who's also a Dr. Veronica, tell me, eat more meat, from reading me energetically. And not to my surprise, I should say, when I had a genetic test, I found out that I have a gene, SMP, we call them SNPs, were in my genetic code that I would be likely, if I didn't eat enough meat, to be B12 deficient. I have that in my genetic code. Okay, so guess what? You know what would kill me? Being a vegan. Okay?
Really?
I mean, so people think there's a one-size-fits-all, and I see people say, I'm going healthy. I'm going to stop eating meat. I'm going to be a vegan. It's not the answer for everybody. It's probably only the answer for about 10% of people.
That's a wonderful place for us to end our conversation. I'm sure the two of us could sit for another 4 hours and talk about all this, because we operate on so many similar levels and planes, and it's such a wonderful thing to find someone that I can have this connection with in our practice. It's really wonderful for me. Tell everyone, Dr. Veronica, how they can find you in the world and on the internet.
Very, very easy. drveronica.com, drveronica.com. And I do for people medical intuitive readings. I take your first name, your last name, your first name, your last initial, your age, your sex. And I do the reading, and then I get on a call with you. And then I also do functional medicine coaching. I do it either in packages or memberships, because you got to commit time. Mm-hmm. And so there's different ways that people can interact with me on a very different level than with other practitioners. But they can realize that, hey, I am a traditionally trained MD from the beginning, but I've taken on other training and other roles to enhance the experience that they will have in grasping their health.
Thank you so much for spending so much time with us and educating the public about all the wonderful work you do and how women can integrate their physical and spiritual approach and some of the keys that are necessary for that. And that's all for now. This is Carol Laurie for her Health and Spirit Summit, and there'll be more later. So check back and have a wonderful day, everyone.